Yeah, very much in the early stages. PSG are exploring the conditions of a deal for Jadon Sancho. He had such a wonderful impact last season with Dortmund, rebuilt his reputation, if you like. We understand that he could be open to a move. Personal terms, we wouldn't expect those to be a problem either. Dialogue remains open between the two clubs. So I think this is one to watch as this transfer window progresses, because we are still very much in the early stages, but dialogue is open. We'll keep an eye on this.
Right, I'm going to throw a pebble in the water, spanner in the works here. They've got injury problems at centre forward. There's talk that he could do a job there. So they're not going to sell him now, are they, Mark?
I think they're open to everything. We know that Manchester United's transfer strategy this summer is very much one in, one out. Of course, a sale of Jadon Sancho's nature would be significant, not just for finance, but of course the experience he has at first-team level, particularly getting to the Champions League final last season on loan at Borussia Dortmund. So if Manchester United were to let Sancho go, it would be because they had someone lined up ready to rock and roll. We know that this is a very different Manchester United at the moment, and we've seen that already. You know, Omar Barada's gone in there from City. We've seen Jason Wilcox go in there, Dan Ashworth going in there as sporting director. This is the first proper summer that Ineos and Sir Jim Radcliffe have had full control over the football operation at Old Trafford. And you've seen a very different type of Manchester United, the way they've negotiated deals, the way they've approached transfer targets. They've not paid above and beyond. They are prepared to sit and wait, and the profile of players that they've got has been much younger than perhaps they've done in the past. So you posed a question about, you know, what happens with Sancho if he leaves? Do they have players? They've got injuries. Can they afford to let these things go? There are people at the top of Manchester United that are far more equipped than those in the previous windows to make sure they don't leave this transfer summer weaker than when they started it.
He cost United £75 million. Are they expecting to get that sort of money for him now?
Well, dialogue is open. I think it will depend on the price. It will depend on what's right for Manchester United. It will depend on whether Jadon Sancho wants to go there as well. As I say, they're exploring the conditions of a deal, so we're in the middle of this process right now. And this is one of those that could rumble on throughout the transfer window. There's always at least one player that we talk about a lot, and it could be Jadon Sancho.
We've been talking about him a lot, haven't we? You know, there's been a lot of transfer windows. I think the most important thing for Manchester United, like you rightly say, they're not going to get back the 75-odd million pounds that they spent and invested on him. But think, what would they have got in January? It would have been 20, 30. Because of that successful loan spell, they're probably now looking at between 35 and 45, maybe nudging 50 million. But it needs to have the right party at the table that are prepared to pay the money that Manchester United...
The deal will have to be right for Manchester United. They're not going to give him away. So, as I say, one to watch.